se va. Sáquenme la botella que funda pa' gastarle. Esta noche tú y yo nos vivimos la película. Luce cámara, la acción después en mi recámara. En el duelo no se sabe quién ganará. So baile y bebe, ese booty retrocede. Que me encanta la manera en que tú lo mueves.
Solo pégate un poquito, mami, que yo quiero enseñarte lo que yo tengo pa' ti. Lo que tengo pa' ti. Sé que te va a encantar como meto yo.
What is going on, Cowboy Nation? Welcome back to another season of the Dallas Cowboys. And, of course, we're here at Primetime Studios, ready right before the next preseason game, the first preseason game, the first 2024-2025 preseason game. Here we go. Brian, welcome to the broadcast. Here we go on to another season. Exactly.
What's going on, Phil?
Damn it, man.
What's
there you go.
on?
Exactly. You already had me.
Here we go. You had me hello.
Yeah,
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah. Hey, like I'm over like that dude from The Simpsons. Hi, everybody. But what's going on, man? How you doing? It's I was going in here. I was having to try to get the audio going right when you came in. I'm like, what one do I set this to? It's just, again, man, I'm just getting back into it, and but at least I'm jumping back right at the right time. Of course, some training going on, some training with other teams going on, some contract talks going on, some just Dallas Cowboys news going on. Brian, what's going on with you?
Yeah, I did a video on the way home from work about Stephon Gilmore. We can get into all of it, but I just, as far as me, just now I'm off. After today, I'm off for a while. I go back literally the Friday before Dallas plays in Cleveland. So actually, I'll be home for the Thursday night opener. And I go back the day the Eagles lose in Brazil against the no, I don't know. I'm playing, everybody. I'm playing Twiz. But yeah, so I got to do some housing projects around here. Maybe get to my downstairs. I got to clean out my shed. My mother-in-law, I got way too much stuff and not a lot of room to hide it. But man, we're going to be doing a lot of content. Me and Phil are going to Dallas in November. We got to get our act together as far as that's concerned. Very exciting time for us both. Brian, read the comments on your last video.
No, trust me, man. I was already texting him a couple of days ago. I was like, I want to go to Whataburger. I want to go, like, there's just a bunch of stuff
I've never eaten a Whataburger.
I've never been there either. So that's why I was like, I really want to go there.
Well, Mark was like a drill sergeant when we went. We literally didn't have time to do shit.
Yeah, he has this agenda. He's like that agenda person, but not very organized about the agenda.
We were working, ripping. I was ripping. I was just the grunt work, and I all I wanted was some In-N-Out. There was an In-N-Out right down the street. We never got there,
dude.
But
All Wiley wanted was some barbecue in Kansas City. He had to get it the last day of. So
that. Were you there for that one? You were there.
Yeah, I was there. I was so pissed off that I got, when you pass full and you get to a certain point and I just wasn't as hungry and I really wanted to scarf it all down. And I was going to be getting on a flight not too long later. So I was like, man, I need to eat as much as I possibly can. So I didn't get to enjoy it as much as I would like to.
Well, like the chat, just looking at the chat, and we'll definitely get into the chat. Arturo, what's better, Whataburger or In-N-Out? Now, Mark doesn't like In-N-Out.
I love Jack in the Box. That's my. I love their burgers, Jack in the Box.
Yeah, I haven't had a Jack in the Box burger in forever.
Yeah, it was up in Oregon. I was up in Oregon.
We had I know this sounds weird, but I always used to love the Jack in the Box 99-cent. You get 2 tacos for 99 cents.
Dude, I love the Junior Bacon 99 cents for Wendy's. So we already got another tandem.
Them days are gone.
Yeah, they are way gone.
Now it's like 3 something.
3 something? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Let's see here. All right, no more greasy Whataburger. Now, listen, old school Whataburger was the best. Now, not so much. So In-N-Out's better. I'm still going to try it. It doesn't matter what you guys say. We're going to try it. But
there was ones that were in our area that had the really good ones. There were Checkers.
What's up, Art Alexander? How are you, bro?
I really
love to see new names in here.
I love the it's like rallies. I think some places they call it rallies, but other places they call it checkers and stuff. Very good. And the fries. Ooh. Yeah, so anyways, and as we talk about this is all American. This is all food that you can watch when you're watching football. Yeah. So, I was a little bit I was a little bit behind because, man, it wasn't until Friday where I realized that the football was going on, and I was like, man, what the heck? And so I've just kind of had the NFL on in the background ever since. Have you been seeing some of these games?
Hold up here. Michael Rizzo, did you go on, brother? I haven't had time. Yeah, I could check for you. I'll let you know on Facebook, my man. Were you able to figure it out? But I could tell whether you're a channel member. So at some point, I'll wait till this is over and then I'll look. All right, buddy? But I'm sorry, Phil. What were you saying? I was reading the comment. I got too in depth.
No, I was just, watching some of these preseason games. Of course, I'm watching Tennessee and San Francisco right now. Tony Pollard looked pretty good with the offensive line. But that's what we said, man. We said Tony was going to look good this year because, of course, he's at 1 year off the ACL injury. Was it ACL? No, it wasn't. It was that. Yeah, I know. You know how to say it. But. Yeah. Now he's coming in. It's going to be a really good year for him. I think some other ex-Cowboys, as I see them. I was watching the Washington game, and I will admit, Daniels looks pretty good. He overthrew a screen, and I don't look too deeply into it.
I didn't see any of it.
But I looked at Tyler Biadasz. I think that was the biggest thing that I was looking at, and okay, let me see when he pulls, and he was pulling. And the play wasn't to that side, but just watching him, I mean, he's coming up, and the linebacker that's coming up is probably like 50 or so pounds lighter than him. Biadasz still gets hits and gets pushed back, gets hit back.
Well, that's what we always say, right?
Yeah, and it's just crazy to watch it. You see it. And then Washington's defense, man, they were just getting gashed. And it wasn't anything that it wasn't it wasn't the plays of the people themselves, because that's what it is. Sometimes it's like, okay, was there a big gap in there because of a guy being out of position or whatever? No, it's just you can see Dan Quinn's defense in that scheme, and it's getting gashed in the run. And that's only the first year with a really good defensive tackles in there. So the people know how to go ahead and already attack them in the sides of those line. So it's going to be interesting to see what they can do.
And they're not even really game planning at this point. No. That's what's interesting, And I did a video. I mean, listen, Twiz is in here, and I know you can get to the chat here and pop up, especially like Chris Johnson, old school Whataburger was best. Now Jacob up, Whataburger still good. Yeah. But Twiz, I did say Asman is in the house. What's up, bro? No, I'm drinking water, man. Just a straight water.
Big coffee.
I did a video on the Eagles, and like I said, I don't take too much. It's more of an individual type thing in the preseason, and I'm going to get to Dallas tomorrow. I would like to talk about them, just what not to expect. And but I thought the Eagles. If I'm an Eagle fan, I'm about as happy as I could be.
I think you are.
I think everybody looked good. I see Drew's in the house. I thought everybody looked good. Now it's funny, Phil. When I say anything negative, right? I get
like Leo.
I mean,
Leo, me.
Well, I could say 9 positive things, right? Mm-hmm. And then 1 negative, and I get like a shitstorm.
And that's how it is.
Nobody's saying you cannot be positive, people, but I'm gonna call it 100. That doesn't mean I'm right. It's my opinion. If I say that Bryce Huff doesn't, if I was an Eagle fan, I'd be scared.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Huff is a good end. He's not Hassan Reddick that you just gave up. Like, it's all about that. Did you get better at the position?
And I'm not saying he won't turn into it. Yeah. But I said the running game looked good. I said Quinyon Mitchell looked good. I said the Florida State wide receiver looked good. I said John Ross actually showed up. And if I was the ex-Giant receiver right now, I can't think, that I'd be worried. I thought their offensive line looked good. I think Tyler Steen had a few penalties, but I thought they did well.
Well, it's like the Giants. I mean, the Giants defense looked pretty good.
All I say was, there's no game planning. Teams aren't working. Dallas defense sucks. I'm like, my God, I was complimentary. So
you can't. They won't give you anything. Everybody knows that, though. They won't give you anything on that.
Literally, the first thing they said was, "Your defense was bad last year. Well, that's not true, and it's going to be bad again. And I'm like, why are we going back to last year? Or no?
But they're quick to say, why are we talking about
30.
last year?
I'm like, why are we going back to last year? Do you really want me to bring up last year, guys? Eagle fans? No, you guys, you crashed and burned at the end. Like literally halfway through the season, your team just decided to take a nap. So all I'm saying is you should be positive. But that doesn't mean everything's rosy. Can't we keep it good? Jeremiah Trotter Jr., I thought he did good. Again, I'm not here to say...
And that's how it should be. Here's the thing. That's the preseason football with every team. Don't be so quick to jump off of a bandwagon, and don't be so quick to jump onto a bandwagon. I think that's how it is.
I got news for you. And Phil will do the same thing. I'm going to rip my team. I'm not expecting much tomorrow from
I look
the
for
Dallas
individual.
Cowboys.
I look for individual battles. I
But
really do.
Do you know why? I think they're about as dumb as they could get. They're literally traveling on the day of the game. It's not around the corner, Phil. It's like a 3-hour drive. But yes, they're going to go on a bus. And it's a 1:30 local start, Phil. So what are they going to get up at 6? You'll be on a bus at 9.
Maybe some of that's the thing. Maybe that's the training. Maybe that's what he's trying to see. What happens if we push them to tiredness and see how they perform? And it's not always going to be rosy. Maybe that's part of his plan. Bro. Maybe that's part of McCarthy's plan in the sense of pushing them. And this is the only way we can sneak old school shit into it because the NFL kind of cripples us the rest of the way. Hey, you're gonna get a concussion. So it's I understand why they do that. I mean, the safety and everything, but at the same time. Maybe this is a psychological thing. You never know. I just took that and spun it in another way. I don't know how the hell I did that.
Rolando, Primetime and Gametime, saw the rookie quarterback for the Vikings. Don't think Justin Jefferson is going to have a better season than CeeDee Lamb. Go Cowboys. Rolando, I did see the long touchdown.
I think it's a good pick for them. I think he just needs to learn how to slide. I think it's a good pick for them into the future if you can get past the growing pains. Go ahead, Brian.
No, yeah, Drew, I agree. I would just caution people. Obviously, wins and losses in the preseason. I actually like my team to lose usually 2 out of the 3. I don't want to win any more than 1 game in the preseason. Don't ask me why. It's like a psychological thing.
The hype around it, yeah.
Yeah. You just want to, like that 1 game you want to look good. I don't even care if you win it, but, don't worry about wins and losses. There's no game planning. But like Drew is happy, I am, and again, I don't care whether people, especially Eagle fans, believe me or not. I don't care.
I think they'll be in the middle too.
I think our cornerbacks are dynamic. Twiz made a statement that something like Bland wasn't very good. I got news for you. You're off base.
Everybody lets that. They're NFL. Here's the thing, man. You got a guy that can run like 4.2 to 4.5, and he knows where the fuck he's going. Sorry if I say that, JoJo, but he knows where he's going, man. You're backpedaling. and you're supposed to know and really kind of go by. Oh well, he twitched his eye and he kind of like did his nose like bewitched and stuff. And so now
Arturo
I know he's
just hit it.
It's going to the right.
Phil.
So it's
Arturo just hit it.
What's that?
I
love his attitude. Yeah.
Dude, that actually Phil found out the whole human seatbelt. He's the one that brought it to my attention, and then it exploded. But Jordan Lewis is having an unbelievable camp. When Jordan
Lewis is the Bill Bates of us, man. Right now, he's our Bill Bates. Keep making this team.
Carson is our number 4, right?
Yep.
And
that's why Wright was right out the door.
Killing it.
Eric Scott looks like crap. Like, yeah, we're not surprised there.
No, Eric Scott actually looks good too.
Oh, does he? The ones I flashes of plays, I guess I haven't seen enough of him. So.
But we'll see tomorrow.
Okay.
Again,
yeah, that's true.
One game ain't going to be like they're great. Like if Dallas goes out and looks good tomorrow,
I'm not going to take anything on that. Okay, but all right, cool.
I'm not going to go nuts.
No.
Yeah.
And that's how you got to you got to like what you see and go, okay, this is a good bit, but they're not. That's not the starting offense. That's not. They're going to dabble in here and there. It's going to make, let's be real, man. It's going to make some heartbreaking stuff happen just because you get really sucked into a guy and then he doesn't make the roster, he makes cut, and you're like, oh, So there's that whole drama.
And another guy who had an unbelievable scrimmage. Now, he won't play tomorrow.
Another one.
Another one. The real guy, I mean, like the real scrimmage happened yesterday, right? Was it yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah, in more ways than one, right?
Brandon Cooks
Cooking.
had a touchdown. He looked real good.
He's looked good through this. What did I say? The connection is there, man. The connection is there.
He picked up right where he left off. And Dak is, again, I don't think I've seen Dak this crisp. Dude,
Arturo, you're right.
He is all over it. And like I said, that means nothing for the playoffs. I get it. But Dak is going to have a hell of a year. So he looks
because we're the season champions. Whoop, whoop. Look at that. Ultra comes with the out of nowhere. What's going on? I haven't seen that ghost in a while, man. They're going to put you on a milk carton. I hadn't seen you in a while. So the new season started, so he's like, all right, let's get this going, man. Let's get this shit going.
I just don't understand.
Wow.
Again, I don't care about anybody that's going to criticize Bland. I don't care because you're going to see.
They gamble. Let's be real. They gamble, and I mean, it's a corner
scheme.
I need somebody that can occasionally make plays. Yeah.
He may not have 6 pick sixes and set a franchise record or whatever, 5 or 6, but he's going to be very good. Okay. That's
exactly,
all I'm saying.
Lena.
He's going to be very good.
Exactly. Now, Lena really says this right here. Preseason is to evaluate rookies. Every team working hard. I do.
Yes.
There's some people that are sitting here with the kickoff. Like, what's going on with the kickoff? I'm like, where have you been? Like, this is the stuff that they've been talking about. And I saw one game where they didn't kick it correctly, and the team got it at the 40-yard line. I'm like, okay, so this is definitely gonna be an interesting. I don't know, was it a testing kind of thing? I don't. You're gonna definitely need to adjust it as you go along, but it's gonna be interesting to see just some action, right? I mean, this was the time you kind of went. Yeah, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'm gonna go get a refreshment, and they're on commercials, but I won't miss anything because the kickoff, like. So yeah, that's where I'm like, I'm interested to see what they can do. I'm definitely interested in a guy like Fossils that is really clever when it comes to special teams ideas. So he's already got to be scheming some stuff.
Listen, here's the deal. Nobody is showing any of their cards regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah,
nobody's doing nothing. So everybody's like, oh, it's boring. Wait till game 1, week 1. The only thing that they're going to change, and they should change it, is get rid of the 1 tier. If it goes into the end zone, you get the ball to 35. If not, then there's just going to be a lot of touchbacks. Make the ball to 35, and then if it hits before the landing zone, or goes out of bounds, then you get the ball to 40.
It's going to take me a while to get it. I'm going to be, I'm going to be like the offsides rule in soccer. Yeah, that's not okay. That wasn't it. My bad. Okay, that's not.
So,
okay,
that's basically, in my opinion. I think we haven't seen it yet. I don't like. It's only at the 30, and then you had the land, and then there's like 3 different tiers. I don't like that. I think they may change one of them. So we'll see. That's what I'm hearing that they might do. So defense should be more disciplined. Coyote again. Again.
I agree with that.
I don't care. I don't care how our defense ranks early on in the league. Our offense is going to be fine, assuming CD's there. I
was going to say that. I was going to say the Ultra, the linebacker, our guy from Notre Dame.
Dude.
Man, have you some of the film I've been seeing? He is just a battering ram. What the? Like, I did not see that coming.
Our linebackers, I haven't felt this good about our linebacking core since when, Ultra? I mean, let's be honest. Since
when I changed the graphic, thank you.
I
had our linebackers up there. Now I changed it to D-Log. We're like, linebackers! You're like, yeah, whatever, man. thanks for that.
Whatever. Well, it is.
All right, now you can talk about the linebackers. God dang it. No, all right. You got Damone Clark, you got Overshown.
You brought it up, so,
No, it's true. It's true, man. These linebackers, I'm interested in some of these ones. I mean, you got at least a guy that can lead them. Yeah, this is what you're looking for in this defense. This is,
Brad.
In Kendricks, I'm not expecting him to be an all-pro, but to be something there is like a lot like Al Harris in the secondary. Just a valuable ear, just a mouth in someone's ear, just being able to say, hey, man, you want to look for that corner, that wide receiver to be doing this. I'm not, obviously I'm not in the NFL level, so I can't really tell you what they're mimicking.
I just saw it, Rolando. I had it on. I just changed it to the Phillies, but yes, I did have it on. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I'm gonna go look at it.
I'm trying to think I would have to say maybe the year we had Sean Lee and Leighton Vander Esch's rookie year. Like with Sean Lee on the team, I think he was, right?
Yeah.
With Leighton,
yeah.
I think that was maybe the last year. Right now, I think these linebackers, Damone Clark looks great because he doesn't have to have the green dot. Overshown. Eric Kendricks, you saw Eric Kendricks stand up.
Yeah, interception.
Kyron Williams, right in the hole. Mozzie's looking good. Mozzie's not trying to do too much. He's doing what they're asking him to do, which is just take on a double team. Every day he's getting better. Is he going to be a Pro Bowler? I don't need him to be. I need him to be Jonathan Hankins, and he's on his way to doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really excited about what they're doing with Parsons. He's lining up all over the place. He's just not locked in
that's how it should be, man.
So Paul Gunther is a linebacker whisperer. I do remember Ultra saying that, like at the draft, he was talking about Paul Gunther. So,
and you're still going to see guys guys like Bell playing up into the box. But at least Bell gets to kind of go back and do his thing.
He's an interesting one, though.
He is
because I don't know where I just don't know where he fits. I'm not saying he's not going to be on the team.
In your backfield, I think that's what
when
he
we
fits.
Start getting into the numbers. When we start getting into the numbers, there's going to be some good players not on the 53.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting how they. I would probably keep. Not counting fullback, I would probably keep 2 running backs and then try and get some to the practice squad. I need more players in other areas. Just like
more cowbell.
I know I'm all over the place, but we're just talking.
Yeah.
We need more cowbell.
I need more cowbell. Give him more cowbell. Give him more cowboy.
I'm tired. I'm very, very tired. Overshown has the same expectations as Jeremiah Trotter and Dean.
I don't know
Kobe maybe Overshown. Here's the difference, Drew. Here's the difference. Overshown last year was arguably our best preseason player who suffered. He was all over the field, sideline to sideline. I don't think I've ever seen Dean be that way in anything Eagle. And Jeremiah Trotter is a late round guy who they're hoping. He looked good last night.
I like him.
So I'll give him that.
I liked him. You know
again,
me. I wanted to tear their happiness apart, put him in a Cowboys jersey.
Yeah.
So Rolando Rodriguez
good,
says Primetime and Gametime. Turpin is going to have a Pro Bowl year. This is the new, and
there you go.
There it is.
That's another thing. That is what I'm just saying, because our receivers are pretty darn deep. If we had to look at it, locks are CD, Brandon Cooks, Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks. Now, I don't know if they're going to have Kevontae Turpin as the special teams guy, but he's going to be our wide receiver 3 or 4. He's right there, too. Mm-hmm. So then we have all these guys. Jalen Moreno Cropper. I kind of hope he wins the job because I like him with his special teams. But then we got Tyrone Billy Williams. And then we got Ryan Flournoy. We don't have enough roster spots for these guys. Then we got McMath is going to go off. He's a big dude. Racy McMath. I don't think he makes the team, but
Drew, I totally get what you're saying, but when you're quick, you are very quick to jump on our guys that haven't played in the NFL, but bring your NFL guys that haven't played up. Like you're not balanced when it comes to it. You're very biased with the helmet thing. You're very biased with the helmet, and as I know but you're very raw about your team, which is great. You got a good team put together, but you got to see your weaknesses, man. And just like that, yeah, we get excited about Overshown because we saw what he did on the field. Now, yeah, he has to prove it and actually do a whole season. I think it's more of the injuries. He has to prove that he's not going to get injured, because I think Zimmer
Grappler.
and being able to use that, I just see the body of work in the film. I think that's what you see. There was guys that like the line again. I gotta get his name down, but our linebacker from Notre Dame. Again, I saw him shooting through gaps and everything, but not getting a lot. Like he was going around some blocks. But
I was wrong.
I was surprised by that
again,
one.
Phil.
You're kind of like the internet's kind of.
I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. Yeah, I don't. I think it's you. Is it you or me?
I don't know. Like on my side, it shows that everything's going strong, but I see your little thing is fuzzy, so I don't know. And my side looks strong, and yours is fuzzy. It's weird. Oh, interesting.
How?
So it could be me.
I could run an internet test. Let me look. I don't know. It might be because every time I go on, she decides to go on. So let me run an internet test. So I'll let you know. But go ahead, you can talk.
But with us, that's what we've pointed out. I mean, we pointed out many times, like we like the people that are in those positions, but we're very young, and so yeah, we could hit on some of them. But to say that we're going to hit on every single one of them, man, that'd be amazing. But the NFL just doesn't quite work like that. I mean, the only thing that helps you in that sense is Will McClay. But when you look at,
I think
like
it's me,
our draft in 2021, what do we have? We got Michael Parsons, we have Golston, we have Osa. I mean, everybody else is pretty much gone from the roster. So, I mean, there's been definitely some recent ones. I mean, last year's starters, not starters, but our rookies, they really didn't contribute at all. So I guess, you do have some arguments about that our young guys haven't really been able to contribute. And so we're going to need, I definitely see potential in these from this year. But again, it could be just like the previous years and they're slow starters. So I'm interested to see these young guys in these preseason games.
Yeah, I hear you. I guess it is my internet. I don't know.
Yeah, Mike, man, I saw Michael Penix looked really good. And I think that's what it is. If he can get a good career going, everybody that was laughing at Atlanta when it all happened, nobody's gonna be laughing anymore. I mean, he definitely looks like a strong piece for them to go forward with, and not have to. I don't know what is that contract though? Don't they have a really big contract already signed with their veteran? So yeah. Anyways, you testing?
Restart.
No.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna restart. It's okay. It's not horrible, but it's not great. It's half of what it normally is. So
hold on.
I'm not uploading. I can log out and log back in. So I'll just redo my internet. If you got to chat for a couple minutes.
Yeah, I should be able to go ahead. Go ahead and do it. See what happens here.
All
right. So I'm going to this view to see if somehow, because it should. He's gonna log out, but he's still there. So. All right. So I'm gonna make that go away because he's technically still there. You're fine, Brian. So can you guys heard him, right? It was fine. So I mean, on my side, he kind of would lag and it would catch up audio wise. So it was weird. But it's been again preseason football. Just nice to see it. It was a little bit of a tease with watching the one game on the Hall of Fame game, but I'm just happy that we got a whole weekend of football and how they kind of scheduled it out. Everybody can kind of watch their team. But let's see. Drew says Overshown is a good linebacker. Ultra. He has played one down the regular, and he's true. He's very right. And there's a lot of guys I think on our team. I mean, Luke Schoonemaker, we got no hopes for him, but he's also a guy that hasn't been on that field. But I think Cowboy fans get a little bit more. They think about the injury bug with him because this has been plaguing him since he's gotten into the NFL. There's a difference between Overshown getting hurt one, dramatic injury, and then he's out the whole single year. Okay, I see what you're saying. So yeah, so you got one catastrophic injury that kind of sidelined you for the year, while Schoonmaker is just like, I got my feelings hurt this week, and it's just it's hard to kind of watch some of his stuff and what he's doing, or lack thereof, right? And Mozzie, of course, was it Dan Quinn? I think it's going to be a good example of what we can see with Zimmer. Hopefully he didn't take that big, huge step back like we're thinking that he may have. Let me push this up here so you guys can see there. There you go. Primetime, give me 3 guys you're looking at in preseason. Let's see. When I'm looking at our team, I want to look at Carson's. I'm very interested because I like. Oh, there it is. See, I told you he was going to kind of ditch out on me right there. So let me bring this down. I got to kind of change this a little bit. Bring this down or bring this up. There you go. And then I'll have to change it when he comes back. So anyways, 3 guys. Carson, just because I need to know what we have cornerback depth. You saw what happened with Diggs last year. We need something. We don't have Gilmore. He's obviously going to go and visit the Vikings. So I'm interested to see what are we doing there. What's going to happen? Do we have depth behind there? Because if Diggs can't come out the box looking great, we're going to need to have some answers. And, of course, you're getting rid of Wright and you bring Andrew Booth. Yeah. You saw on Twitter, what's going on here? It's just a Quinn guy going out the door and you have a Zimmer guy coming in. So I don't see a whole lot of difference between their game. They've both been kind of a disappointment. But they both had really good college film. So I'm interested to see where that goes. Let's see. Another one. I'm interested to see our wide receivers past. Of course, CeeDee Lamb's not going to be there, and even if he was, he wouldn't be playing. I don't need to know much about Cooks. I've seen enough about him and Dak being on the same page that I'm okay with that. Dak's not going to be playing, so I don't expect his guys should be. Jake Ferguson, for example, as well. But I want to see, is Tolbert even something? He was better at catching balls last year, but then you got Ryan Flournoy. You got, of course, Brooks there. So I'm interested to see who's the other wide receiver that's going to step up and possibly make it tough for the Cowboys in the future to want to sign him. Because right now, in that depth, there is nobody sitting there going, well, I'm afraid I'm going to lose him in 2 years. There's nobody there. Not like our corners and stuff. Let's see. The other guy, man, the big one, right? Trey Lance. I really want to see how Trey Lance plays. I want to see his decision making. Is he seeing the field? Is he throwing it into coverage? Is he being rushed? Because even that offensive line, I want to see the depth we have behind it. So that whole starting offensive line is going to be the depth and, of course, some of the rookies. So that'd be probably my 3. Let's see. It says, look up for Nate, our running back. There's going to be, are you talking about Nathaniel Peak or Pete, something like that? Yeah, his film looked good. He looked good in camp as well, too. Drew, he says, we clown Mozzie, but Mozzie could be, yeah, and you never know. Some of those defensive tackles, I could name quite a bit of them that were drafted late. Randall, I think the first person that comes to my mind is always that Viking, John Randall. Just a loud guy, just, drafted later. And from what I remember, I could be wrong, but he was drafted later and just a difference maker. And yeah, you could always find that diamond in the rough, but I think, there it is. But I think that's a harder position to hit deeper in the draft. I'm over here trying to click on the screen in front of me. Let's see if you come in. I'm going to switch it as soon as he does. All right, there he is. And then I'm going to bring this back down. I was holding down the fort.
That should be better.
So yeah, you look a lot crisper.
Yeah, he says it's better.
It's a lot better.
So.
Let's say Primetime. Give me
now
your
she's
level
all mad
of
at me.
you're all blaming it on me. Primetime. Give me your level of concern. I've been a Cowboy fan since 1981, and I'm really concerned. I'm not concerned. I thought you were going to ask me about the team. I was like, I'm not really concerned. I'm happy that they're young. But CD contract, I'm not concerned with. I think that one again is the one that you're just trying to figure out that in between. Oh, this I needs to be dotted, and that it's those little things. So I think we're down to that last. The final stretch with that.
I think you did a Kumite.
I think Dax is a little bit more complicated. That's the one I would say that is a little bit up in the air.
Kumite.
To me, I say both of them get done. There are other people that believe that Dak will not. But again, if we're gonna go forward, let's do it. Me? Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you're talking all over me. I was about to mute your ass. No, I can't mute you without muting myself. No, I'm messing.
There you go.
Look at that. There you go. Nice and quiet. There's actually a big difference on there. Well, when I
we had storms, so I don't
know. So Twiz asked. So they were asking a good one. And they Twiz asked Primetime, but I'm gonna direct it towards you. That's the go because I gave my 3. He says, "Give me 3 guys you're looking at in preseason."
What do you mean I'm looking at?
Yeah, so like with me, I said, well, my 3 guys was Carson because I'm interested in the depth behind Bland, and we don't know with Gilmore not going and stuff like that. I'm interested to see our depth in our wide receivers because who's going to be that third receiver that steps up? Because don't need to see Cooks because I like their chemistry. I don't need to see CD, and even if he was there, he wouldn't be playing. So I need to see where everybody else is at, and then of course Trey Lance with that offensive line.
Thanks, brother. He just called me ugly. Sorry. After I sent him his shit. Stop payment on that. I don't know. Like my 3 guys, I don't know. 3 guys. I'll give you 3. I would say if I had 3 guys that I'm looking at, I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna say Tyler Guyton. Because he's going to get a lot of run left tackle. I think we need him to be good. I don't want to have to shift and do all that. So Tyler Guyton,
that's right. I would say Smooth. I like that.
I would say Mozzie Smith, and I would say Tyler Guyton, and I would say Trey Lance. Those 3 I'm really looking to see because I think. We need Trey Lance to be good, people.
See, I want to see. Like, I'm when I say that, I want okay. He gets back there. He reads the pocket. He stepped up. He threw it. Yeah, the receiver. It hit him in the hand. It dropped it. And people are gonna look at the box score. Yeah, look, he only completed like 7 passes. And well, is it because he was hitting people in the hands and they were dropping it? Because these are wide receivers that are not proving themselves. So it's like there's so much within the film and watching it. That says a lot to me compared to the box score at the end.
I agree. Turf Monster. What's up, Kid Cowboy? Jay Smooth says Carson, BB, Guyton. Yeah, BB is going to be an extra guy this year. He's a good depth guy. He's going to get a lot of reps with, just learning the center position. But I think his ultimate position will be a guard. A guard. So, of
this first year, he'd be guarding the water bottles because our other guys kicking ass.
The 3 rookies drafted 1, 2, and 3. Go Cowboys. Rolando. Yeah, I just think Mozzie. We need. I think our corners are really good, which is why we didn't go and bring back Stephon Gilmore. Matter of fact, nobody was bringing in Gilmore. You would have thought that Washington Commandos would have been interested in Stephon Gilmore. They have his own defense coordinator. They wanted no parts. So he's going to visit Minnesota. But with the emergence of Jordan Lewis is looking as good as he's looking. Kalen Carson running with the ones, getting turnovers, locking down receivers. You can say whatever. He did well against the Rams, too. Dallas will have many receivers. Okay, you can be negative, or you can say he's just a good player. Yeah. Mike Zimmer's not stupid. Diggs is looking good on the side. He took a couple days. Is he going to be 100% to start the season? No, maybe not. But again, our depth is incredible, high-end depth. So that's why I said Mozzie. We need Mozzie to be able to eat a double team and stop the run. We need Guyton to be serviceable until he gets more experience. And Trey Lance, we need him too because. If Dak's not re-signed, he's the guy. You know what I mean? So we need to see what we got.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to it. Gilmore really tailed off at the end of last year, Drew. He really did. He tailed off big time. He wasn't as sticky as he was in the year, early on in the year.
I mean, there was some
I don't
times
know
that
what he's
he had to
asking
be
for.
called out in order to really kind of bump up his game, but I was really fearful of him with the drag routes. Those were where he seemed to really be where he wasn't himself, but he did make some plays later on in the season with those same comments that I was making. But you're right. There are a step slower, but that's the reason why I want to see our depth. And is he better than what our 3 and 4 is? I don't think so, but again, if somebody's stinking it up out there, it's just I'd rather have the veteran because I feel like they're going to, instead of where the rookie's going to come up, he came up with an interception because of luck, where Gilmore would do it because, I saw him biting or doing something, or, and his is more the wide receivers and some of their right. Manners and stuff. I can't even spit it out. He bailed out.
Arturo. Yeah, Arturo says, game time, what is Muhammad and Shaka going to do for us? I don't think Shaka makes the team. I think Al-Qadim Muhammad is the more athletic guy. He's, I think he's going to be good. I don't know that either one of them, but I think Muhammad has a better chance of making the team.
Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, Rolando. I mean, he's bringing up Nealon. We expect him to be a big piece of this. I mean, if you really think about what your ends are, he's going to have to be into that rotation because Sam Williams was probably the one sitting in front of him, and it really wasn't because we picked him as a rookie and that's why we need him to be up there. No, his talent says that. Hey, I'm going to be up there. I might be pushing for that starting position if you didn't have D-Law and a possible Parsons. But if you're moving Parsons all over the place, that looks like it could be D-Law and Sam Williams. But now with Sam Williams out of the picture, Nealon is that bigger, to me, to be on the opposite side of Law, especially if you're moving Parsons all around. I like that. So what do you have depth behind there? That's what I'm interested to see as well because – you got some people moving across the line where you thought Fehoko might have a chance of doing that. Now he's switching to other positions.
I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what. I mean, they have him working inside and outside. So I really don't know about.
Well, the same thing with Golston, right? Golston's the same way. You're kind of in a la land where you don't know.
Yeah.
Is he a end? Is he a defensive tackle? Is he, he's a linebacker?
He's a big boy. So,
safety.
I like Golston inside just because of how big he is.
Yeah.
But he's not wide. So, again, it'll be interesting. Game time. I'm worried about our Ted and our tight end. They're not good so far. We got Jake Ferguson. You got John Stevens is not having the camp that he had prior. Coming back from the ACL. So, I don't know what's going to shake out there.
You can tell he's favoring stuff. Yeah. What's that?
Like Brevin Spanford. I'm curious to see what he does tomorrow. I liked him coming out of college, but I haven't heard much about him.
Other than getting in a fight. I think that was the only thing.
Well, he got in a fight?
Yeah, I think that was the first fight of camp. It was him and somebody else. I don't know if it was Carson or somebody. It was one of the corners that they were getting into it.
Well, we got Hendershot, who's been looking okay, but Schoonmaker's been playing. So, again, I think we're going to be fine with the tight ends. But, again, who knows? I mean, this is the season of optimism. We are the team that won the division last year, if anybody has forgotten it. So, we did win 12 games 3 years in a row. We're going to be a good team. Mm-hmm. I'm not guaranteeing a division win. Bro, I'm going to stick to it. We're going to be good. Our offense is going to be good, people. I hate to tell the naysayers anything. So our defense, if it's not top 10, if it's top 15 by the end of the year, but I think it's going to be a better defense. I just do. So
especially with the running. Wait, did you watch the Giants game at all? Did you watch the Giants and Washington game?
I did not.
Okay. So when I was watching it, the defense was looking good. Offensively, it's hard to say, it's because it's not your starters out there. They weren't the ones. But as of defensively, I think that's where you saw some of your guys, Phillips, in the secondary. I think that was a really good pick. So I thought the Giants looked pretty good. I know it's a preseason. Again, we're not jumping. I think I'm just looking at our guys out of position. Are they making the tackles? it looks like a pretty good defense is coming along. And of course, the starters could be different, and they are, tackling backups as well too. So I can't really go, oh man, that was amazing. But
look at our position groups on defense. Just look at it. Linebackers above average. I'm sorry, they're not average. They're above average. Our corners, our whole defensive back field is above average. Our defensive ends, I would say. Would you say?
I'd say above average as well.
Yeah, I would say above it. It's our two tackles
are definitely below.
Which brings me to Marlon. Mozzie. That's why it brings me back to Mozzie. If Mozzie can be a starter for us, he doesn't need to get pressure.
Yeah.
We already have Osa Odigizua, who's a 3 technique who made a Pro Bowl. So
that's what makes us anything good is Osa, I think, to me. Like now,
people act like we don't have any D tackles. No, we don't have a 1 tech. It's a specific need. Like Drew always likes to say, and he's right, that we don't have that one guy. Carl Davis, we have. He looks better in this system than he did under Quinn because of what they're asking him to do. But again, he's not flashy, right? Justin Rogers actually looks like the strongest guy we have on our D as a 1 technique, even stronger than Mozzie, and Mozzie's strong. If Justin Rogers can develop over the course of the year and be in the rotation like consistently, we can rely on him. It's funny because we look back and a guy like Quentin Bohannon might, or I don't know about a Ridgeway, but
so let me ask you a question. Game time. Is Zimmer running the exact same defense
as what?
As he's running in the past?
Yes.
No, right? Is it exactly the same?
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
obviously
pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, he did say that he is he always learns. Like a good defensive coordinator will learn. Just like Kellen Moore, he's not going to run his exact. He's already adapting to the people he has. Obviously, Jalen Hurts, and he's running some RPO that he's not an RPO guy. So again, and yes, he is tweaking it. But what's nice about Zimmer's defense, Phil, is it's very good against West Coast offenses. That's not the Eagles, but I'm saying when you get into the playoffs, you got to play Green Bay, San Francisco, and it's a disguise. So for teams, I'm not going to name names. You guys can figure it out. For teams who struggled last year identifying where the pressure was coming from, those teams are going to struggle against our defense because they're not going to show a lot pre-snap. We're going to have guys in the A gaps then dropping back. We're going to have blitzes coming from crazy spots. It's a very tough defense if you're not a student of the game to beat. So we'll see if those quarterbacks who struggled with identifying the pressure last year, whoever they may be, good luck.
True.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, and then you say, we destroyed Zimmer's defense in 2017. You got that same coordinator? You have that same game plan?
Yeah, exactly.
You got that same, you won't even take stuff from last year, and you want to take your 2017. So you want to pick and choose, man. You want to pick and choose.
I would say this: if I was a team
is
like
Zimmer?
the Eagles,
let me ask you a question: Is Zimmer in the defense?
Run.
Is Zimmer's in the Super Bowl every year? Then obviously his defense can be beat. So we're not saying he's the all-time all-be all.
Be beat.
It's
it's not reliant upon the only thing that
pure
scares
talent.
Me.
Yeah.
The only thing that scares me is remember under Mike Nolan.
Too complication, yeah.
It was too complicated, right? They were thinking too much. So far,
it was a lot of different roster too. Like it was a Jalen Smith.
It was COVID, right? You remember where they were doing everything via Zoom? It was a little different, but Nolan was horrendous.
Yeah, Nolan had a track record of being bad as well too in his first couple of years in teams. So even when he was in San Francisco, when he finally got, he got that thing going, it still was very complicated for a lot of guys.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. Let's see.
Yeah, so which code says Rolando, I was pointing out, he goes, Game Time, you guys are you guys worried about Dak's sore ankle when he wears the walking boot on his vacation maybe? And then he's talking about he was obviously out on Friday just as precautionary stuff. But the ankle did get brought up. I think with age and everything, it could be something. You can't say that there isn't a thought in your mind that it could be, especially as you get older. I mean, when it gets like rainy outside, don't you feel it in your knees a little bit? You're like, So he's getting at that age. He could. Oh man, it's a little sore. He's playing with his kids outdoor a little bit more. It's just you never know what it is. But he's not a spring chicken. I'll tell you that.
I'm looking at this channel here. Aiden, he just texted me. Aiden, I'll put it in my live stream tomorrow, my guy. This is Primetime's live stream. It's called Bass Banshee. He's got a fishing YouTube channel. Aiden, he's a little he's look. We've had him on the show before. He's the football player. So it will be on my channel tomorrow. I will put the link at the top, my guy. So
put it in here,
Brad. Let's So Bass Banshee, and go sub up to my neighbor Aiden, Bass Banshee. But anyway, Drew, if you see, I'm not going. I don't know why it's got to be ugly. Hey, Primetime in Dallas going to be Dallas number. What? Hey, Primetime, who Dallas going to be Dallas number 1 running back? Jay Smooth, what's up, bro?
Zeke. Zeke is going to be a running back. Even with the younger guys, Rico, I could see as a thing, but no, he doesn't get the hype going. He doesn't. Explosive. He may do most of the drive, but man, it's going to
be a committee. It
could be,
committee.
yeah. I think this is the first time. I mean, with the pay, you're not looking at their pay structure, going, man, well, he is the main back, and you can evenly disperse this, and let's be real. If you can kind of keep those legs fresh for the later in the season, all those guys, I say it, because let's say I've always ripped on Rico in the sense of staying healthy. I mean, he's been being able to stay healthier recently, but even with that, I mean, he's going to need this committee running backs to be able to push through the whole season. I mean, even Deuce Vaughn, he's going to need it to be a committee if he's going to stay on this roster and even be a part of it instead of sitting on the bench. So I mean, it not only is it going to be, it needs to be, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It says, I don't know, man. I don't know if we get past I think we can make the playoffs. I don't see us as a team that can go into somebody else's house and do it, but not until we play the games, right? All of a sudden they could be shutting me up going, man, I did not see this coming at all. And you see that sometimes with some teams. You get some of them that get on a nice little win streak, or they get into the philosophy of what the coach is preaching. And a lot of these young guys. Oh, look, we got philosopher. Oh, wait, see, that's the thing is I have that one.
The philosopher.
Nope, see, I don't even know where it's at. I don't even know where it's at.
What's he doing?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I thought I had.
I don't even know who it is. Is that Will Ferrell? Who is that?
The one, the philosophizer? Is Ben Stiller?
Yeah. Ben Stiller.
Yeah, now he's a philosophizer. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I got the black lung, Pop. It'll be fun. I had somebody. I had somebody crash my comments and saying, it was it was during my live stream, my lunchtime chat, saying Eagles are going to sweep the division. I mean, it goes from 0 to 60 in this town.
They ride that wave, don't they?
My God, guys!
And then when it's bad, it's bad. When it rains, it pours, and when it's happy, it's all sunshines and rainbows.
Just say 4-2, and I'll respect you. And if you go 6-0, then But man, it just was incredible. Nobody's saying don't be excited, but I ain't saying 6-0, and I think our team's good. So it's just
you're being real. I mean, we look at the schedule, we look at our team, we don't know what we have truly. How's the makeup going to be once they actually start going? What's the play calls are going to be? So that's why we say if we can be 3-3 going into the first 6 games, that'd be very good for us because that next stretch is definitely in our favor. But you could see us, easily having a losing record, and I could also see us having a winning record. So it's interesting because the team. There's a lot of part of this team that hasn't been proven yet, and I do like that we do have talent in a lot of those positions, but again, defensive tackle is what we did not address, and that's the question mark. And we did address it the year before, but we all have our doubts in that position. And I like his power and everything, and I think that's going to be a big test because I think the NFC East, that's one thing our defensive tackles are in the East is they got power. There's a lot of power across it, whether you're looking at New York with Dexter and you're looking at Washington with, of course, their tandem of awesome defensive tackles. And then, of course, Philly, they're no slouch as well. There's is younger, and you're interested to see if one develops a little bit more. But still, even if he gets pushed back, he's still a great rotational player. So we need to step up our game when it comes to that because there's a lot of stuff that we can talk about, but that's definitely not a position. We're definitely in the bottom of the rankings when it comes to that, and it ate us up last year. And you see Dan Quinn, maybe we can get their defensive tackles because he doesn't need those. Maybe he needs his safeties to play defensive tackle for their defense. But anyways, Bryan, as we're going into the preseason and we're talking about, we're talking football with these rivals, and we're gonna go and to some of these games and meet some of the fans and the unexpected. You don't know where we're gonna be in November by that point. But tell me something this season that you look forward to that we haven't put it on the radar. Because to me, like when I think of I think of the holiday season, I've never been really much into the Thanksgiving stuff, but I feel like there could be some hype by the end of the season around this team because a lot of people have hung their hats in the sense that they think this is the down year because, it's 1 year. Mike McCarthy's only have 1 year with this.
I don't have a problem with down years. That's what I'm trying to tell people.
No, that's right.
I'm fine with a down year. I just look at this roster, and we have a lot of talent on this team, people.
And I think it's going to surprise some people. Because I think that's what I got it. Because I had a lot of people hitting me when Dalton Schultz was leaving and go, we don't have a tight end. I'm like, that Jake Ferguson is a dog. Oh, no, he's from we only drafted him in the third round. I'm like, well, Dalton Schultz wasn't a first round draft pick either. And then he comes out. Now that's kind of been settled. The running back is a big question mark for some of those guys. So, yes, you are very correct in a lot of them.
Well, I mean, okay. Because I know this is a local thing. Well, your left tackle. What if he's not the guy? Okay, then you put the left guard who played a lot of games as a rookie and played at a high level at left tackle, and then you probably make your offensive line better. You know what I mean? I know whether it's you're playing a TJ Bassett left guard or playing the Cooper Beebe at left guard, then you probably make it even better. Because then you don't have that gamble of the rookie giving up a play here and there, which Guyton will do, people. So, again, that's like one of the worst cases. Okay, what's the worst case? We can't stop the run. Well, we're going with a 3 linebacker set, people. Dan Quinn never ran 3 linebackers. Last year he ran 2, and one of them was the safety at 205 pounds. And yet we stopped the run well enough to be a top 10 defense. I'm just, again... Just because we have a tough schedule, we're going to win a lot of games. We just are. I don't know if it's going to be enough to win a division. And like last year, I could care less. I want to be playing my best ball going into the playoffs.
Yep.
That's it.
Stay healthy.
That's what it comes down to. Stay healthy. Again, did we use that as an excuse last year, Phil, that we had a rash of ACLs that thinned our team out going into the season? Did you hear us sit there and say, well, that's an excuse? No. The only excuses I have is if Dak goes down, if Micah goes down, or if CD goes down. Everybody else, we could lose an offensive lineman. I don't want to, but I think we have so many bodies there that we could get by. I get it. If there's one position where you want to be not great at, it's running back. Why? Because Super Bowl winning teams don't have a 1,500-yard running back.
Yeah.
They just don't. Just look at the past Super Bowl winners, people. Look at the Eagles. They did it with who? That's what I'm saying. Everybody's getting caught up on we don't have a running back. Okay, well, we got a stable of average running backs.
Yep, I'd agree. Average, yeah.
Maybe some below. That's the one position you can go out and address immediately. There's Dalvin Cooks out there. There's Miles Sanders out there. God forbid we suffer an injury. There's going to be
you
other
haven't
guys.
played a game. You can't say there's less sacks, there's less interceptions, there's less. Our sacks dropped a lot.
Who did
lot.
we lose?
Yeah.
That was a sack master. I want to know.
Yeah, it's Armstrong. Like he's
who
automatically written it up that's just less. Until they go out and do it, you haven't. You can't
Armstrong
say that.
had 7 sacks.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying we got Marshawn Nealon's probably gonna have more than 7 this year. I'm just gonna let you know.
I'd probably say
he's probably gonna
9, 10.
He's gonna have which is not unbelievable, but he's gonna be. He's already a better pass rusher than anybody thought, and we know he can stop the run. We got D Law. First play of the scrimmage against the Rams, against their ones, he got a sack. You got Micah, who looks like a terror out there. You don't know where the hell he's lining up. Good luck with him. Okay, he ain't going to be like it was last year where he's lined up at end. Okay, we're going to game plan him. Oh, shit, now he's playing weak side linebacker. Now what? It's... We're gonna have our growing pains, people. That I'm not sitting here saying that we're gonna run. Well,
even if they come out,
I'm not even gonna talk shit like the Eagles said we're gonna go 6-0 in the division.
Well, even if they come out the box,
I think we were the last team to do that. It's not easy.
No, even if they come out
crap teams.
Yeah, even if they come out the box doing amazingly, it's at some point you're gonna have a divot where it's just not. You're gonna get your handed to you.
We're probably gonna start out slow.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna prepare everybody. If we go into Cleveland, Phil, and get a win, watch out.
Yeah, that would be good. That'd be hard to get. That's a hard victory right off the bat.
Well, it brings me up to I don't know how long you want to go, but how good can Cleveland be emotionally when Amari Cooper is like, yeah, I'm fine with leaving. That's your number one wide receiver.
I was very shocked by that.
Tweeting out, I'm good with that.
Yeah. Well, he would go to San Francisco, a very competitor.
But
really,
still,
right?
Though, you keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Everybody's hyping up Massaji Watson, about how great he's going to be.
But that's the thing about it is if he is, he'll be great in the beginning of the season enough to kick our ass, and then what I'm saying, and then he'll drop it off at the end of towards like 2 or 3 games in, and he'll just be like nothing and. Just enough, kind of like a Kyler Murray type
they
of thing.
They don't look good, a kid Cowboy, but it's training camp. Everybody looks good, right?
Man, it's Chubb's the running back. I don't know, man. To me, when I saw his knee got bent, I was like, oh, is he ever going to play again?
I'm hearing he's back, but all I'm saying is, Amari Cooper came out and said he wouldn't mind leaving. That's your number one. That would be like you see these or AJ Brown coming out and going, yeah, I wouldn't mind going to the Niners, like right now. I mean, that's not what you do, so it's not like it's perfect.
That's the thing about it.
Like it's a perfect situation.
Even if he sits out all the games, he comes back for week 1. It's just even if there's nothing signed, he comes back for week 1. CD's playing week 1, and there might be a thing with him and the chemistry. There might be no drop off in chemistry.
I mean, I hate to bring this up because it's going to piss some people off in the chat, and I'm not here to do that. Me and Phil want to see a lot of Trey Lance for obvious reasons, but now we're hearing that Dak may get done before CD. That's the latest I heard. I was told that right before we went live about an hour. So we'll see. I don't know.
So let me ask you a question because I brought it up.
CD who? Right, Ronnie?
I brought it up. I brought it up when you were resetting and everything. The trade, and it's nothing big, but it was something that we saw kind of coming. Some of this Dan Quinn guys, Nashon Wright going out the door. Of course, Andrew Booth coming into the door. Of course, the Quinn guy going out, Zimmer guy coming in. Guys that, the college film look pretty good. I think Booth had some really good one-handed interceptions, things like that. Haven't been the same since they come into the NFL. So you're kind of like this little lateral. I think unless you have a Zimmer guy that he knows that he may keep, you got a guy that you just brought in with an extra year in their contract where you you didn't have anything guaranteed with Wright. So, do you see that as a big... I'm just really curious about that one.
That was just he's not making our team. Let's give him an opportunity and let's bring in another body and just look.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's basically
like $950 was guaranteed. Yeah.
It's the same thing we did with Boss Man Fat for Noah Igbenogany.
Hey, at least we got a touchdown.
Situation.
We got a touchdown out of that one.
Yeah. So I don't know what to think. It's not a big deal. Like I said, we just rattled off. How many are they going to keep? 5 or 6 D-backs? Yeah, if you rattle them off, we got Diggs, Bland, Lewis, the Carson, Scott, and what was his name?
Dude, it's not curtains. What are you talking about? No. Even if we start out slow, it's not curtains. Like, there's nothing guaranteed in there. You guys aren't. Then you guys take the gas and you're not Ricari Richardson. You're not looking at us and then just taking off. You know, it's going to be a race at that end part. That's where I look at it. Even with, if your offense can drag your defense into it, then I think you guys can blow away with the division. But we're going to be a playoff team, so that means we can be there at the end. Again, I don't look at very much Eagles news. I do see stuff here and there, but Go ahead.
Smooth. I don't know about the score yet, bro. He goes, "What's the score?" Well, right now we're 1-point underdog for week 1. So, Jay Smooth, thank you so much for the super chat. Just stay tuned for that. I'm going to have my schedule prediction in a couple weeks, but Phil can give you his. I haven't looked at the schedule that much as far as wins and losses. I want to see my team play in the preseason.
If I was to pick it right now, I would say Cleveland's beating us. I haven't seen anything from. I haven't seen anything from Dallas that says that this is a superior team. We're gonna kick ass. Like, no, I mean, if we do win it, I see it right at this moment, barely squeaking out the victory. But I could change that in 2 weeks when I see this team start going and going. All right, here we go. This looks a little bit more.
Like.
No, I was going to say those aren't going to be the starters, but just seeing sometimes the scheme and how this offense is going to be kind of ran a little bit. And you're right in the sense of the bland vanilla offense and defense, so it's hard to really kind of get a grasp. But if people can stay in their positions, make tackles, things, those are the things I get excited about because they're finishing the plays. You okay, Brian?
Yeah, I don't know why we're blocking people for saying they're going to be 2-4, Brad. It's not the end of the world, my guy. It's not the end of the world.
Needs to come out and play more often. We didn't boys.
It's not the end of the world that somebody predicts us going off to a slow start.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think it could be easily 3-3. So I don't know. I don't understand why we're doing it. Feisty Primetime needs to come out and play more often. We them boys. Twist. There you go. We them boys. I have that somewhere.
Yeah, we need to beat the 49ers in general. I mean, we got that. Right now we had just that monkey on our back. And until we do, it's just we really can't say anything. Even with they haven't won a Super Bowl since before us. At least they've been there, right, a couple of times. At least they've been able to get it behind it. Team that we think that we think. Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about some of those film. I saw some film where there was versus Awesome Richards, right? And I saw some points where he was handling them, and I was like, all right, look at him. And then there was another point where Verse just destroyed Richards. And
now, was that a one-on-one drill?
Yeah, that was a one-on-one drill.
Yeah, again, here's the deal with that.
I saw on a Rams thing was they were like, look, all-pro Zach Martin gets blown off the line. I'm like, what the? And people were all like, he got a really good tan. That Oxnard is very so he changed his number and got a tan. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, again, you don't play. Again, Mozzie had some. It looked good and. On some of the one-on-ones, and again, you don't play offensive line against as a one-on-one. Yeah. You normally work as a unit. So again,
I think we get more.
Awesome Richards, he's a backup.
Yeah.
So
a backup of a backup, really. So Jay Smooth asked you, "Hey, Game Time, do you think we get more sacks this season?" I think we get more sacks. I don't think we get more interceptions.
I don't even know that we get more sacks. I don't know. How many did we have left? I don't know. I'd have to pull up the
I think
numbers.
We just dropped off. We dropped off a lot by the end because he was trying to defend the run a lot.
I think Phil's right. I think the sacks go up. The turnovers go down. I think under Zimmer, teams are going to, it's hard to say because we got out to a lot of leads last year.
Yes.
There's a lot of question marks about this team. Yeah, just like the Eagles. I mean, again, they're getting way carried away over one preseason game. Your secondary, your linebackers, okay, you look good against nobodies. I mean, how are they going to look against a frontline offense? Well, I mean, that's a question mark. I'm not saying they won't be able to be okay. Yeah, Eagles offense needs to score 30 for you guys to be successful. If you don't, you're not going to win. That's all. That's just my opinion. Dallas.
But it's the growing pains that all of us are going to go through. Yeah.
What's that?
No, I was just saying, continue. I like where you're going at it. Continue.
Well, I think if Dallas is offense, I think it's going to be as good as it was. What's up, Weed? I love weeds in the house. I think Dallas's offense is going to be fine.
Shakalaka!
Boom shakalaka. I like that. Yeah, I think Dallas's offense will be fine, and I think the defense is going to rattle people. I just do. I mean, people are going to have to try and run the ball. That's the best thing you can try and do.
I think it's going to surprise some people. I really do. I think as well. It surprised me already.
We might struggle at times stopping the run.
I think we will.
May.
I think we will. There's gonna be some teams that
don't
just
let
figure
us
it
get
out.
a lead. Dummies, don't let us get a lead.
Yeah, that's
what we're going to be. I think
our running game is going to be better than it was last year. But
it was non-existent last year.
Yeah, basically. But Tony Pollard, like I was saying in the beginning of this broadcast, I've been watching him in that first drive. He looked really good. He was running really well. Coming off again that year that he didn't look terrible, but
he wasn't ready to go.
No, you could tell. You could definitely tell. And that's where we worry with some of our guys that are coming back from some of this thing. That's why I look at Overshown, Diggs. Like I love these guys, but at the same time, like I really need to see something. And you're not going to see some of this, like Diggs. You're not going to see out there, but maybe Overshown. But that's how we lost him last year. So you may see him in a drive. Is he not out there all the time? So I'm interested to see what their strategy is for this team, just to get down to the roster. I mean, right? We don't have to cut anybody until after that. We're no longer doing that whole thing where
it gets tiered. Everything is one final cut, cut. So
I think
get to go with a lot of guys
in that last game
that you're not going to even keep, and you don't have to expose anybody. Yeah. Yes, it's really good the way they're doing it. Who's in the house? Old man. The running game will get snuffed out. I mean, every Sunday. Yeah, I don't buy. Again, I don't take that at all.
Yeah, I don't look at. You're looking at the running backs itself. I'm looking at the offensive line.
We didn't run the ball at all last year. Okay,
but it's because
our
center
rushing numbers. It was horrible.
Our center couldn't go up. Like we had an iffy left side.
That's my issue with negativity like that, Kid Cowboy. We didn't run the ball last year. And yet we were still very successful, albeit we lost in the first round of the playoffs.
That was a whole different strategy. That was a whole different thing of why we lost.
That was a team failure.
Yeah,
from the quarterback to the trainer. But again, we didn't run the ball last year.
Yeah,
it wasn't good. It wasn't good at any point did we run the ball. So again, I don't know what we need. We need to be serviceable. Rico Dowdle looks like he has some burst, and Zeke, we'll see. I love Hunter Lepke. You guys are sleeping on Hunter Lepke.
I will. I sleep on him.
Yeah, well, I like him. So
I'm hoping I do. I mean, I want to be proven wrong. As a Cowboy fan, that's what I hope. I hope some of these guys that we do point out some of these things that these shortcomings that could be a factor. Luke Schoonmaker, I want him to be a baller. We talked about him. He has the potential to get on you, get a big body on you, to get some blocks, has potential to get over, cause some mismatches. If you can put him on one side while you have Jake Ferguson on the other, that's a hell of a mismatch with those other wide receivers. So I want him to prove us wrong and actually get out there and do this and just play football, man. Play football, right?
I mean, I think exactly. Play football. I think this is the deepest O-line that we've had in years as far as depth. We just don't know about our starting left tackle. I understand it's a big deal, but we haven't known about Tyron Smith. He's played an average of 7 games.
We were always worried
over the last
about
5
that.
years.
Yes.
And when he went out, it totally threw everything. I'd rather go young at that position. And if you have an issue, you slide Tyler out, and you probably have your best 5 on the field at that point.
So
again, I think we're gonna surprise people. I love where the negativity is coming out. Good, because that's just gonna. I'm hoping that all the teams are as negative. That's good. Have that thought, because I'm telling you, we're gonna be a good team.
I think the Giants have a worse running game than we do. I mean, they did pick up at least a guy in the offseason.
Definitely have a worse running game, because the offensive line
is not there. I mean, they got some good outside guys. They got some pieces that they think are going to. It is an improvement. It is an improvement in what
Rico
they had.
leads the team in yardage.
I'm not surprised,
but I think Zeke has like 10 touch. I mean, I think Zeke had 12 touchdowns last year. I think Zeke gets a lot of goal line. I think Zeke gets in the end zone. I think
that's true, Cowboys. We don't need to scare anybody. We need to surprise people. That's what we need. Like right now, they can underestimate us.
Yeah.
The whole team is underestimated by most of the fan base. So that's what they need. They know they have that chip in the shoulder. Jerry Jones knows handoff. That.
Yeah. I love weed. He fumbled on the goal line. I'll pass on that. Yeah. So one play, Ed O'Neill. There we go. He failed. Yeah, you bought his jersey. You're right, Twiz. Why pay the guy if he already made his roster? But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see, man. I mean, there's a lot of doubters. Just look at training camp. Nobody's there except Mark Holmes. So,
with his voodoo doll.
Yeah, him and his voodoo doll are storming the grounds looking for
I remember
content.
So, yeah, he doesn't.
So.
Yeah, anyways. So, Brian, man, I'm ready to watch some football. Are you going to be broadcasting tomorrow?
Yeah, 4 o'clock. I'm going to do the channel member Zoom call. So I'll do it. I'll set it up in the morning. 4 o'clock. We'll just ride. Right. We'll do a channel member Zoom call / watch party. We'll do a watch party for the Cowboys game at 4:30. Nice. So we'll just stay on for that and then call it a day. So
yeah, I really
shout out to the 60 people in here though. It's a good. It's a good crowd we got going.
Nice. I didn't realize it because right now it kind of I have a stat thing on here, but it's not telling me how many people are in the chat. This is
then now it just went down to 27.
Oh, there it is. Everybody thought I was going. And that's why they're just like, he's leaving. He's gone.
I don't need to see an outro.
But no. I do appreciate it. We're back into it, man. We're into football. We're talking football. We're talking crap to each other. Let's see how long Washington and New York fans stay into the chat of talking crap to us. It's going to be interesting. I think we should get a pool going. Like, how long do you think Washington fans are going to be into the we're going to be going to the playoffs, and then going, oh well.
The problem
next year
there'll only be 3 people in the chat by that point because everybody will be blocked.
Yeah, you guys got to if they tell us we're going to suck and we're only going to win 1 game, let them say it, man. That's definitely okay, unless they call somebody names and they're being bad,
I got so many people. I thought this was a Cowboy channel. Meanwhile, my subscribers are going up.
Yeah.
Listen.
That's how you are. I was going to tell you, I was like, man, I'm gonna do some kind of punishment every time Brian brings up the Eagles or something like that. I'm gonna be like some kind of music or something,
But again, it's like
Pee Wee's Playhouse thing.
I got people that follow me that are subscribed to my channel who are Eagle fans. That doesn't mean I like them. I'm going to keep it real.
Well, I mean, we got to talk about the division.
That homer.
Yeah,
I never wanted to be that homer that's rah-rah.
No.
Philly 500 does that. He does a good job with it. But, again,
well, we got some Cowboy.
He's won 1 Super Bowl doing it. So, and that was unexpected with a backup quarterback. So,
yeah, well, you got some Cowboys content creators that are like that. Like everything's positive, everything's like you can always get a positive spin off of everything. And you can see positiveness. I can get you,
Phil. Get ready.
Glass is half full.
If it's bad, we're gonna slice and dice their ass.
Damn right. You're damn right.
Anybody see my video yesterday morning? I lit Jerry Jones up. I was taking him to the Kumite.
All right, Brian. Well, I will be tuning in if I'm not in there tomorrow. But I appreciate you coming through, man. Let's get there. Let's get the season going.
West Virginia.
And man, your subscribers is going up. And I don't know if somehow you guys have not seen Gametime's channel, which is beyond me. You probably coming from that side. Definitely subscribe to my boy. Right in the description, you're gonna see his subscription. Yes, you're gonna see his link as well. But Brian, anything you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
No, not at all. I'll see you all tomorrow. A good day, good football.
Thank you, Jay. Well, I appreciate everything. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the trash talking. I appreciate everything when it comes to football because it is back. And one thing I appreciate the most is not to forget to do what?
Ring that bell.
Damn right, guys. You guys take care.
Who are you?
Like always, I'm your host, Primetime Phil.
What kind of a stupid name is that?
Oh, they let you pick any name you want when you get down there.
And what is your name, sir?
Well, I told you my name, man.
Sir, what's your name?
It's my co-host, Gametime Bryan.
Cool name. Superpowers?
I haven't relaxed. I'm ready for a wild show.
What would you say you do here?
I don't know what it is yet, but it could be a lot of things. So we'll see.
This doesn't make any sense.
Nah, nothing makes sense here, man.
You thinking what I'm thinking, Bart?
Yeah, let's f***ing rage.
Yeah, okay, cool. I don't need the PBS special.
What the fuck is this piece of
Can you say what the f*** did I do last night?